Hi, my name is Akima. I am from the Snake Clan. Me and my friend here want to do another video, and as you've seen at the cornfield, that was just a small little, I wanted to show the people the cornfield and how we grow and some of the plants over there. But it was real nice last night over there at the field. But anyway, I just wanted to introduce myself to the world and to the people that watch the videos. And I know a lot of people have questions, and it's hard for me to answer the questions on the email because it takes a lot of time to sit there and read, and I mean there's a lot of emails. And I want to thank the people for the comments, and even for the bad comments too. I want to thank them.
Yeah, just a reminder, there's over 300 comments. There are a lot more than that on the video. I took a lot of them out, so.
Yes, and I would like to thank them as well. But anyway, my name is Akima. I am from the Snake Clan of Bakavi. I represent the serpent. I was born on December 14th, 1980, about 2:05, 2:04 p.m., right in the daytime, at Tuba City, Arizona, the old hospital over there. And I just want to introduce myself and let the people know my intentions and why I'm doing these videos. And I want the people to know the truth of what's going on in today's society and the world. And for me, I want people to know and understand what's going on and about the government, what they're doing to the people, and some more prophecies maybe. I know Ron has some questions, and I can answer them to the best of my abilities. But and I also want the people to know that everything I do is I take full responsibility and for my actions and for what I do. And I'm grown, and you know I know what's right and wrong, and I want the people to know what's right and wrong too. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about spiritual developments and energies, and how the earth and the world around us revolve on energies, that yin and yang, or positive and negative, how it works. It's very difficult but easy to do, to train. You gotta sort of like train for it, for that spiritual development, and it comes through a lot of hard work and a lot of hard how do you call it, a lot of hard work and time, but eventually we'll get through it. But people just gotta, the main thing is study. The more you study, the more easier understanding and insight comes. You know, everything comes as an ongoing, the insight. Like I was talking on one of the videos, I can't remember, but insight is something that's learned by the spirit, and the spirit is what goes on from life to life to life. So I urge people to learn and study things that carries on. You know, your spirit grows, and so learn things that where you can grow and it will carry on. Like martial arts, wushu is a perfect example. Learn that, so once you master that technique, then it goes on with you to your next life. And so it's pretty much like how do you say, oh this guy's a natural, or this guy knows what he's doing, and he's a natural at it. That's because his spirit and his body's already done that, mastered that technique. Sort of like me, because I'm kind of slowly discovering these techniques. You know, each of us has special abilities or special what do you call it, traits or crafts that we gotta find out and unleash. And a lot of that has to do with there's a good exercise on training for spiritual development, and a lot of it has to do with concentration. You need to build up concentration. Concentration is the key. That's why you need to study. Study helps concentration, but you can't just sit there and study all the time. You got to get out and exercise too. Get out with the land, go work. That's why farmers are good examples, because they work. They get up every morning and got to get up and go out to your farm and plant, and then you're out there with the earth pretty much. You're blending in, and a lot of that comes through hard work. You got to get up And that's why I don't like this this way of life we're living, the governments, because it seems like it's designed to like drain your energies. It takes away all your spiritual energies. I mean, there's a lot of good people out there, good minds, but it's because the way we're living, it's destroying those people and destroying those minds. You know, I see a lot of laziness. Laziness needs to stop, especially out here in Hopi land. There's too many laziness. A lot of people are just too lazy, and it just aches me because, you know, there's a lot of work that needs to be done. We can't be sitting around playing games all day or watching movies. We got to get out there and work. And the good way to practice is to clean. You know, clean your house, get up, sweep, get up and, you know, take care of yourself. Because there's a lot of people in Hopi that try to be leaders. A lot of chiefs out here, and they always try to get people to go their way, or just because their uncle or their grandpa did it this way, that means all of us have to do it that way. You know, there's too much of that, and you need to get up and clean. And those are the same individuals that go out and criticize everybody, and yet they can't even take care of themselves. And, you know, they're overweight, they're fat, and, you know, they think they can do all these things, and yet go to the Kachinas and ask for help and think they can do all these things with it. But it's just not gonna work. You know, you gotta be out, you gotta work, you gotta get that energy, you gotta do both in order for all of that to work. But this is some of the examples, and I was reading through some of my notes earlier this morning, and I came across that old story about the journey to the land of ice, and I wanted to talk about that because I know a lot of it has a meaning from a long time ago. We might need to remember those techniques, but a long time ago, back when the world was created, the Masal gave you know the story of gave the 4 people different clans, different names, different religions and stuff like that. To make a long story short, they came to the Hopi clans, to the Hopi people, and he gave the Hopi 4 clans. He gave them special duties, or a special mission, in other words, 4 clans, and he told them to go up to the land of ice. And this is like maybe like thousands, 10,000 years maybe, when the first world, or this world, started. But anyway, he told them to go up to the land of ice, those 4 clans, and when you go up there to do a special mission. And he told them, you know, it's going to be a long trip, because back then, you know, they didn't have cars, or they didn't have horses or anything, and so they had to walk up there, and it took a long time because they had to stop, they had to plant, they had to build homes, they had to plant food. So when they go up there, they had to, you know, they were prepared. They had to weave, you know, blankets and jackets and all the coverings. But it took many hundreds of years to go up there, probably generations for the clans. Eventually they made it. They got up to the land of ice, and it was very cold, and so they had to stop, you know, make a home, make their houses and stuff. But they were told to do their ceremonies. And the first day it was the bear clan, the second day was the fire clan, then the third day was the spider, and then after that it was the snake. Those were the 4 clans, the snake clan, the 4 clans that went up there. But anyway, the first day was the bear clan. They did their prayers, their ceremony, they sang their magic songs and smoked and all that, did their stuff. And then the second day it was the fire clan, and then the third day the spider, and then the snake. They did all their ceremonies, and every day they did their ceremony, the ice melted, you know, by a lot, until finally, after everything was over, there was only, I think, about 3 to 4 inches of ice left on the land of ice up north, the North Pole. But anyway, they were told not to repeat the ceremonies and to stop, and that one day that we must not forget those ceremonies, or that because those clans were gifted with special powers of warmth and heat, and you know, those clans can overcome the cold climates. And we were told not to forget and not to stray away from the laws or from the ancient way, or if we forget, because then there's a prophecy saying that the ice might build up again, and we might need to repeat those ceremonies to stop another ice age. And that's what is when the signs for the coming ice age is early frost and late springs. I think that's how it is. But that's one of the stories told from mouth to mouth. I know it's kind of difficult. I'm trying to remember this, but that was one of them, and they returned back and they continued the migrations after that. But that was one of the good stories I thought maybe people should know. And this is about thousands, and I remember seeing on TV about something about the ice melting real radically, like in about a couple years or something. That big old thick ice, because it was all the way down almost to North America, all the way down, and that ice melted real quick because of those ceremonies. And I think that people around should hear that story about that. It's very important. We were told not to forget that. But anyway, on spiritual development, I think we should work hard, and energies is the good energies is what causes everything to move pretty much. You got to have that good energy. There's a lot of tricks of the trade, as you say, to build up spiritual development. And a couple of those is by help. You give people help out the elderly, help out the young, help out anybody that needs help. Somebody shouldn't have to ask for help. It should be there already offered. Go over and help. That's one of the most easiest ways to gain spiritual development. And I was telling one of my nephews that spiritual development equals maturity, and maturity equals spiritual development. So I suggest all people to study and learn, the truths. I know it's hard to find out which informations or where to start from. And that's the purpose of these videos, is because I want to give the people some, starting point to start learning, start realizing these things. And you were saying something about the end, so people wanted to know about the end time.
Yeah, well, a lot of the questions we get, the comments to your videos now are the end times. And now that 2012's came and gone, they kind of want to know what you all think and what to look forward to or to look at, to be a symbol for other people.
Yeah.
To say that this is really close and people need to prepare like now.
Yeah, we need to prepare right now, because the signs are all there. I mean, those with enlightened beings and those who understand what's going on in the world see these things. We know it's not a matter of knowing, but it's a matter of feeling. We feel it's like something's urging us to do these things. Like me, I'm doing these videos because my spirit is the one that's pushing me, making me do these things. The harder I train, the more stronger my spirit, and the more it wants to yell out. I want to go up to some people sometimes and just slap them in the face and wake up, what are you doing? Dang, you're just wasting your time, wasting your life away. Get out and work, go do something. And that's another thing I want to talk about is my spirit, because I believe my spirit is ancient. I mean, real ancient. I believe my spirit has witnessed and experienced heavens. I mean, everything. I believe. There's things I have yet to unlock, like I was talking earlier, and I'm still training yet. You can say I'm in training. And one day I hope to, become enlightened, just like all the great teachers of old. And I want to be just like that. And it takes a lot of training, a lot of effort, and a lot of hard work, blood, sweat, and tears it takes. And at the end result is going to be I'll be rewarded in the next life. Let's put it that way. And I believe my spirit is ancient. A lot of the Hopis out here say, oh, well, you look like a white man. My whole life I've been treated like that, disrespected, because I don't look Hopi. Even when I was young, I hated the color of my hair and the color of my skin, because I didn't look. I wanted to be black. I wanted to dye my hair black. I told my mom, I want to dye my hair black. I don't like the way I look. And at school, I was always bullied. I was always pushed around because I looked different. I talked different. You know, I acted different. I was small and skinny. I was easy to pick on. And all of those, during my youth, you know, I had a rough young life, and I grew up in the city. That's how come I know the city life. I grew up in the city. I was raised pretty much in the city until I got tired of it. One day, I just got tired of all the partying. I got tired of all the nonsense, all the hate, and I just wanted to leave it. And slow, deep down inside, like I was saying, there was something urging me, like, we need to do something. And here and there, I would get, signs. I would see signs that would happen, to stop me from doing something, or to keep me from doing that or this, to bring me here pretty much. Home. This is my home, my homeland. And when I was little, every time I had to go back to Phoenix to go to school after summer vacation, I was always crying. I didn't want to leave. I was always stalling. I was always like making my mom wait, or just to stay that extra 10, 15 minutes. I always hated to go home. But I believe my spirit has lived through Hopi before. I believe my spirit has been initiated through all the ceremonies. My spirit has, and I believe that I was once a chief a long time ago during the Hopi days, ancient days when time. And that's how come a lot of these ceremonies I know. Well, actually I don't know. I feel. It's a feeling. When I go, I know what to do. I know what to say. And one of my problems is I don't really know how to speak Hopi that well. I'm not real fluent. I'm understanding, but I'm learning. But once I do, though, it's I'm gonna get after a lot of people because I know what to say. I know what to talk. And I'm sort of like observing everybody in my homeland. Watching who's real, who's fake. Who's a lot of BS. And there's a lot of it. A lot of people out here like to talk but never like to walk. So it just aches me. That's why I don't talk no more. The ancients would always say, those who know don't talk, and those who know don't talk, and those who don't know talk. And that's why when I'm out in public or I'm around, I don't say anything. I just keep my mouth shut, and it gives me a chance to hear what they know, the people, and they go on telling me their stuff. And that's why I just stay shut. But anyway, that's how come I think my spirit is old, is ancient. Even though I'm young in age, I believe my spirit is like ancient. Like one of the older guys out here in Hopi would always tease me and say, like, yeah, you're just a young guy. You're only 3 weeks old. And he's like a 70-year-old guy telling me, we're friends, and he's like, yeah, you're only three weeks old. I'm 70 something. You're just young. So okay. I just laugh with them. But then, inside I want to say, like, okay, well, yeah, in this life you're way older than me and I'm 3 weeks old, but in spirit-wise, it's the other way around. I'm like lifetimes, generations older than you. Your spirit's only like 2-3 weeks old. My spirit's like in the hundreds. I've been around, I've witnessed things. And like I said, I'm just now barely unlocking and learning. And I know there's like, the human brain has like so much space that we don't even use half our brain, huh? Something like that. But anyway, that's why I'm saying my spirit is ancient. The other thing I believe is I lived in China one time because I have that feeling of martial arts, inside, deep inside. I kind of, understand and know, and I study, and it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time before I learn these things. And that's why I want people to learn and study, because the more you learn, the easier it is, to understand, and it's going to make it a lot easier for the helpers, like us, teachers, all over the world that are trying to help people. It's going to make it a lot easier on us if we had, you go out and learn on your own. And a lot of physical exercise has to do with it too, because it helps you. You're learning your spirit. It adapts. So you have to learn good. But I believe that my spirit has been around, and I want people to know that a lot, you can unlock things that you've learned from previous lives. There's a lot of things, and not just the good things, but you have to be aware of the bad things too, you know, because those things also pass on. You have to be careful not to get mixed up in your past, you know, your past faults or your past failures. You know, in previous lives, you might have died because of drinking, or you might have died because of, you know, something that shouldn't have happened. You know, you can prevent all that. So I just want the people to, you know, prepare themselves. And the spirits would always say, you know, the time is hard to come by, and the time will come to those who in their true hearts who are gonna take, you know, these words and lessons, you know, to heart, and go out and study and go out and exercise, and, you know, it'll come, you know, there's hope. I want there to be hope. But another thing is the energies I was talking about. It's the energies of the world. And, you know, like it seems like almost every, like, you know how the world is like the human body, you know, there's special spots around the world where it's like energy centers, and Hopi land is one of those spots. Hopi land is a spiritual center of the earth. It's where everything happens, and it's where everything's gonna happen at the end, was what I'm told. And that one day, that when the end times come, there's gonna be they're gonna come from the west, and they're gonna fall down from the sky like rain, and that they're gonna come in, and they're gonna be you know, ruthless, or what do you say? You know, they're gonna take everybody out. They're gonna grab everyone by their ears, you know, and shake them like punishment, and they're gonna attack the people who are hindering the Hopi, the Hopi land, where all the world is gonna attack the people that are hindering, that took the Hopi land and destroying the Hopi way of life. Those, and I think it's the government. The government is going to be destroyed, and they're gonna come from the west, and their symbol is going to be the color red, but we don't know. It's gonna be a red symbol, over like 1 billion strong or something. But they're gonna come and take over this government, and give the land back to the Hopi people, who it rightfully belongs to. But I think the whole thing is planned, is what I think. The destruction of the world, because the world leaders know there's no way this way of life is going to survive. There's no way it's going to, you know, go on for another 10, you know, 150 years, you know, whatever. It's bound to come to an end. So I'm assuming, or I'm guessing, that they're probably coming up with a plan right now to destroy governments as we know, and create a whole new one. You know, just like all the religions talk about around the world, about the Antichrist or whatever, the World War III, the Armageddon, and all that. It's gonna be here in Hopi land, like I was saying. It's gonna be in the Americas, pretty much north, where we live, Hopi. Without all that war is gonna happen here on this land. And I was saying that what was it? Our enemy is here already. I was saying in the other video, the enemy is here, and the enemy that we were told in prophecy was that our worst enemy is going to be ourselves. That ourselves are going to be the one that's going to cause it. And even here in Hopi land, that a lot of things will be seen. It's going to happen here first in Hopi. So once the leadership in Hopi, the council, starts to fall, then it's going to be the same with their leaders, the government. And I feel that they're planning something to destroy all the government, everything as we know, to start a whole new one. And that leads me to another topic, is that gay marriage. The gay marriage is something they're trying to do, you know, I think for depopulizing or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, I think that is very bad. People should not partake in that gay marriage or in the ceremony, because to me, I think it's not a way of life. It's what do you call it? It's almost like an addiction, like a drug. That's what I think of it as, because once you get hooked, you're hooked, and it's very hard to get away from. And it's just, I just don't like the way it is, and I'm gonna explain why it's not good. Because like a magnet, you have the you have the positive side and the negative side, and the male and the female represents both of those. Both of those energies, and you can't put both energies together like a magnet. If you put two positives with the positive, it's not gonna hook, it's gonna push away. Same with the negatives, you can't do it, it just won't work. And the same with the life, you can't do that, because it's messing with the energies, it's messing with the energy grid. And I believe there's special punishments for a man's misdeeds, like earthquakes. I believe is the punishment for that, because of the mixing of the energies. You know, when an earthquake, when there's a rubbing on one side, that's what causes it. And earthquakes is caused by wrong energies, by the energies that are the misled energies, or what do you call it? And that's what's gonna happen with, once they start legalizing that stuff, man. I see a big earthquake happening somewhere, wherever. But I just believe that the gay marriages and all that need to stop. People need to wake up from that.
Yeah, and we don't want a bunch of negative stuff in these videos from that stuff. So
yeah,
it's just gonna get erased anyway. So.
And that's the other thing too. I know a lot of people hate me because of that, but it's the truth. You know, you just can't do it. I mean, any spiritual person, any enlightened being knows you can't go on your own gender. You know, you have to, the only way to be whole is you have to have a male and a female. You know, that's the only way. That's why they have a ceremony, and that's the marriage, weddings. And, you know, that's a very big thing in life for a human being and spiritual development. And that's how you gain, you know, wholeness, or you know, be full. I'm not even full yet. You know, I'm still, you know, off and on. You know, I have my ups and downs. I have my troubles. I have my, you know, just like everyone else. You know, I'm a human being, just like everybody else. And I claim to be a human. I don't claim to be anybody but a human being, and I'm doing my job as a human being, as a Hopi, to protect and the people and the land around us. And I'm talking about not just the Hopi people, but I'm talking about all over the world. We can all do this. You know, we need to start knowing what's right and what's wrong. And I blame all of this on the government. This way of life we're living, all of this is like one big thing just to drain your energy. I mean, I see a lot of people just wasting their lives away, doing nothing. Like when I go to the big cities and I look at the people, I just see like oh man, it's just hard, and I kind of feel bad, you know. And that's the reason, some of the reasons why I'm doing this, because I want the future generations, our kids, our grandkids, you know, to grow up and say, oh, at least these guys helped us, you know, tried to pave a good road for us, where my fathers and my grandmas and them, you know, they was caused everything trouble for me, or for us, you know, the other generations, the older generations. And that's why another reason why I'm doing this too is so my ancestors, the ancient Hopis, the hostiles, the quote-unquote hostiles, I'm not going to let them die in vain. I'm not going to let any people of any tribe or religion or whatever that's been fighting and keeping the truth and keeping everything going, I'm going to stay, I'm going to fight for everything. I'm not going to let any of that go in vain. And that's the other reason I want people to study and learn, you know, learn your histories, learn your truths, learn where you come from. Because I'm telling you, it's going to make it a lot easier in the coming up days when everything's all hectic and crazy and chaotic, where there's war and crime and everything going on. These will help you during those, you know, knowledge and information, you know, learn what's right. And I was telling people to read the Tao Te Ching. That's one good book that helps you. That Thomas Cleary, the author guy, he translates a lot of those ancient texts from the Chinese, and a lot of those ancient texts are real good. I encourage everybody to read the Taoist classics of ancient China. Those informations are very, very useful, and they help me a lot in my journey as well. And that's why I know a lot of people don't understand, and it's hard for them to learn, but that's the reason why I'm gonna learn to the best of my ability. I'm gonna learn as much as I can, so when everything goes, I'll be armed with this special knowledge and the special ways to help the people in the land all over. You know, don't matter who you are, everybody, if you can make it here, make it here. That's what I'm saying. Once everything's gone, there's gonna be no way to get everything back. You know, it's gonna be very hard. And like, I understand what's gonna happen, and I'm doing my job. Let's say I understand my destiny. I know what my destiny is, and I'm gonna go with it I'm gonna go with it strong. You know, it's hard, but you know, I'll do it. You know, this is on me. So if there's any other questions,
I just want to say, anybody has any questions for Akima, just address them in the comments, and I'll call Akima on the phone and get your answers for you. I've been leery of doing that, but we just had too much stuff. So if you post a comment, I'll call Akima on the phone real quick. We'll get a quick answer and I'll respond to it. And then later on down the road, Akima, when he gets to a computer, he can respond more thoroughly. So that the things that people do ask us questions out here, I want people to know that Akima wants to get them the Hopi answer. And so I'm going to try and be a little better about this and contact Akima when people do make comments about these things. So
yeah, and I want to thank the people too for the comments and the good comments and the bad comments. And I just want the people, you know, it's hard for me to get to answer the emails, and I want people to put your comments down so everybody can read it. Even the bad ones, I want you to put those down too, because I want the people to know what kind of, how much idiots there are out there just by what they say and what they put down. You know, read those comments and read what people say. You know, get an idea of how people think. You know, that's what I'm talking about. People don't understand the truths and what's going on in life. You know, everyone just knows what, everybody is slaves, like Ron likes to say. Everybody's a slave over here doing what they want you to do. You know, you have no control. The reason why the American people come here is for what? For freedom, right? Even today, they're still not free. They're doing what they want, you know, and
living their reality, not your own.
Yeah, you know.
And when you come up here on the Hopi Res, you actually get to live your reality.
Yeah, and out here you're gonna watch. Once everything goes, I've been planning this for years. You know, this isn't by mistake. You know, I've known all of these things since like 10 years ago, and it's because I grew up in the city. I grew up with a lot of desires, a lot of, you know, emotions were built up. I couldn't control, you know, a lot of things that's been happening. You know, I was deep. You know, I hit rock bottom. Let's put it that way. I hit rock bottom until finally, you know, a lot of things have happened to me to where I woke up. You know, I seen the light, and that's what I want. These videos, and for people to understand that, you know, the signs, you know, to learn from those and see it, and those with good hearts and minds will see those things. But yes, I want to thank everybody for the comments and for everybody's helping, and all over the world too, because I'm getting emails from all over. And,
yep, that's a good thing about it. I get responses from every corner of the world.
Yeah,
so.
And everybody's interested, and I want to do some more videos talking, but I hope to bring an interviewer in so we can be more professional at this, because we're still quote unquote amateurs yet. You know, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going with the blue here, you know, no scripts, no nothing. This is just straight up. But I want to thank everybody for your help, and please try not to email me, because it's gonna be hard for me to answer back, and I understand you guys want help, and I'm trying my best. But God bless to everybody, and I hope everybody stays strong, and you know, get up every morning and work hard. It's time to put all that party time, all that easiness, that rest, all that time is over now. It's time to go to work. I urge everyone in the world to go to work now. So let's get up and let's go to work.
And I want to say goodbye to everybody from out here on the Hopi Reservation. We'll let Akima finish up by saying something in Hopi for his Hopi friends. God bless and enjoy. Bye-bye.